Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over two charts that have inverse relationships with Bitcoin. The first one is going to be the DXY, also called the DXY, which references the US dollar. And the second one is going to be the USDT Tether Dominance chart. That's going to be the really cool one, and it's going to help us know when to take profit on our altcoins. Now I want to get you guys familiar with the DXY. So the DXY shows you the value of the US dollar. Now you're going to see that for the most part, Bitcoin, which is a risk on asset, is the opposite of the US dollar, which is a risk off asset. When we are getting out of investments, we're running to the US dollar for safety. So the DXY goes up, the US dollar goes up, and the risk on assets go down. So Bitcoin goes down, the US dollar goes up. The US dollar goes down, that means the money is going into risk on assets, okay? So for the most part, you're gonna see an inverse relationship. And let's go ahead and look at an example of what just recently happened. Okay, so I've got the DXY, the US dollar, on the right side of the screen, and I've got Bitcoin on the left side of the screen. Both of these are on the one-day chart. So let me show you what just happened recently. So the DXY started tanking, and as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, Bitcoin was doing nothing. So I was kind of like, what's going on? Is this just a strange anomaly? Why is the DXY going down, but Bitcoin's doing nothing? What this really was it was just a bunch of investors getting ready to ape into positions in the market. And before you know it, a couple days later, boom, Bitcoin just bounces hard, okay? It bounced from 57,000 to like 65,000 pretty much within just like 72 hours. So that is the DXY. Go ahead and keep a sharp eye on that, and that will be another tool to help you guys get a good idea of a higher time frame for entering or exiting positions. All right, so now let's go over the details of the USDT Tether Dominance chart. This one is really cool, you guys. It's gonna help you know when to take profit on your altcoins. So I'll show you how to find it. When you're looking for it, when you click on the ticker symbol, you're going to type in USDT.D and you're gonna see it right there. So that's the one that you want. Now what I have on the screen here, we see Bitcoin topping off on its first pump in the previous cycle around May 2021. And on the right-hand side of the screen, we've got our USDT Tether Dominance chart in the same area. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and switch this to hollow candles so it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. So what we really wanna focus on is this date of May 12th, 2021. So when Bitcoin crashes, people are going to run for safety into the dollar or a stable coin, which means when Bitcoin goes down, Tether goes up, right? Because Tether is a stable coin. So how can we have some kind of warning before we take action a little too late? How can we get out a little bit earlier instead of, maybe losing 15% first? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and switch on our CT moving average crossover indicator on both of the screens, on the left one and on the right one. I'm not gonna really worry about this purple line. By the way, everything you're watching right now is part of my crypto investor toolkit, and I decided to put the entire thing on YouTube for free because it's exactly what I wish I had when I first started in this space. Now, if you wanna go deeper, I've also built the advanced modules. That includes my full altcoin list where I break down every category of the hottest layer ones, decentralized finance, the AI coins, the memes, and all of that. Plus, I provide 100 target levels for all of those things using Fibonacci levels, adoption curves, ChatGPT backtesting, and much more. Plus, we've also created some amazing Bitcoin price prediction modules that you guys are going to be able to reuse every single cycle, even though Bitcoin is going to constantly be evolving every 4 years. Now, you guys have seen other people's Bitcoin price predictions before, but the one that we have is so meticulous in advance, and we've used so many different methods for calculating it. I think you guys are going to be blown away when you see that there's nothing else like this on YouTube. There's nothing else like this on Twitter. It's kind of curated information over years of work, and it's something that we're really proud of. And I think once you guys see it, you're going to see how much it stands out compared to other Bitcoin price prediction methods. Links below if you want in. Now let's get back to the video. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the settings and just kind of turn that off for now because we want to mostly focus on the first 5 colors, the red, orange, yellow, green, and the blue. Now we can see here that when our perfect rainbow on Bitcoin starts to, get out of alignment and our green goes underneath the blue, it's kind of a signal that, the Bitcoin top is going to be arriving, probably within a month or something. Now our blue color is kind of in the wrong place, but the rainbow hasn't completely collapsed yet, right? We're still going sideways, but it really starts to collapse here, right? Now we just got kind of like a mess. Now, if we're investors and we're not really day traders, why would we not completely get out of the market here? Well, maybe some of our altcoins are still pumping, right? And we don't have an inverted trend in motion right here. We don't have an upside down rainbow yet, right? When Bitcoin bounces, these lines get closer together and it's kind of setting up a situation for this perfect upside down rainbow, also called an inverted trend in motion. We can see here that 1, 2, 3, 4 days into this thing is when we have that perfect upside rainbow of the red, orange, yellow, green, blue inverted, right? Well, that's kind of late, right? That's like 4 days into it. How can we have a little bit of a warning? Well, let's go ahead and focus on the activity of the Tether Dominance chart on May 12th, 2021. And what do we see, you guys? Look at that. On the 1 day, we have a perfect trend in motion, right? If Tether goes up, Bitcoin goes down, right? You got your red, orange, yellow, green, blue perfectly aligned on May 12th. Let's say that you were slow to react on this and you sold at the bottom. You would be essentially selling your Bitcoin or your altcoins when Bitcoin is at 49,400 bucks. And you have an opportunity to get back in when Bitcoin is at $29,700. I mean, with altcoins, you guys, that is a huge opportunity. So what is this telling us? Well, one thing that we notice is that the sneaky activity, when it happens quick. Whether it's the bottom getting bought or it's the crashes, right? And you're definitely going to notice that the crashes are a lot faster. So a trend in motion on the Tether Dominance chart on the 1 day time frame, it's giving us a cleaner signal of that crash. Now, what we're looking for to get back into the market is when the 5 exponential moving average crosses the 21 exponential moving average on both charts. The red line crosses upwards over the yellow on Bitcoin, while simultaneously the red line crosses below the yellow on USDT. Now earlier you saw a fake out where the red crossed upwards over the 21, but it wasn't doing that on Tether, right? So this is really helpful information on when to get back in and buy those altcoins. I wish I knew about this in the last bull run, you guys. It would have been awesome. So what do we end up seeing when the market starts going back up? We've got a perfect trend in motion on Bitcoin and an inverted trend in motion on Tether. And that is how you guys need to be taking profits on your altcoins. So that wraps up this video, you guys, covering 2 charts that have an inverse relationship with Bitcoin. We covered the DXY and we covered the USDT Tether Dominance chart. I hope that helps you guys out. I'll see you in the next video. When I first got into crypto in 2017, it would have been a game changer had somebody provided me a free course like this. But the difference between surviving and actually winning in this market is knowing when to enter and when to exit. That's exactly why I built the Advanced Toolkit, which you can get at cryptoinvestortoolkit.com. Inside, you'll get my full altcoin list broken down by sectors like AI, layer 1s, layer 2s, decentralized finance, and complete with 100 price targets so you know where to take profit. You'll also get the Bitcoin price prediction system. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but once you dive into this system, you're going to be blown away once you see how much energy we put into it and how many methods we put it through. It's the most meticulous Bitcoin price prediction analysis ever. And as Bitcoin continues to evolve, you'll be able to apply this to every Bitcoin cycle moving forward. This is going to help people know when Bitcoin is overheated, and it's also going to let them know when it's oversold. So if you don't want to be left guessing when to sell, grab the Advanced Toolkit by clicking the link in the description below. Otherwise, click here to watch the next video.